Hello, guys and dolls. How are you? I hope you're well. Okay, so I want to talk to you today about remember the whole saga with my ex friend was trying to get with um, another woman's husband, did not give a rat's ass about anything other than getting him. Okay, her mother gives her everything she wants for nothing. So her mother, like I said, taught her at a young age that you are a queen. We're not even going to go to princess and then work ourselves up to queen. You're going to queen status now. So when you do that with a child and you give them everything, they get determined to get what they want at all cost, which is a typical narcissistic trait. They become narcissists and they're determined to get what they want. And it makes no difference how cold-blooded their behavior is. It does not matter who it hurts. It makes no difference, okay? And one of the things that's very insidious, which I found this out when I talked to the wife the other day, because I wanted her to know your husband doesn't appreciate you. He's trying to bang other women. He's trying to take my ex-friend's virginity, okay? And she's so stupid, she was more than willing to give it to him, anything he wants, because she was high off of the compliments, high off of being told how beautiful she is, high off of being told boo and all this other, and it was just totally ridiculous. I mean, just high off of it. So whatever he wants, he can get, including her virginity. If you give it to the wrong person, you can't get that back. That is not an oopsie that you can fix. But one of the things I found out when I talked to the wife, and it was so disturbing, and it just proves to you how cold-blooded these individuals are. Okay? Cold-blooded doesn't even scratch the surface of what's wrong with them. All right? Their son, I might as well say, you don't know who this person is, so I can reveal without telling everything. Their baby almost died when he was born. He had some significant health problems that were heart and brain related. So he was in the NICU, which is the neonatal intensive care unit. So it was touch and go whether he'd live or not. And I'm pretty sure, in fact, I know for a fact that Queen Narcissist, my ex-friend, she was never a friend to me. She was all about her. Anyway, people will keep you in their back pocket so that they can use you at a later time when it is suitable for them. So it doesn't mean that they like you or consider you a good friend. They want to keep you in their back pocket for their own conveniences. And if it inconveniences you, well, that's just too bad. Anyway, their baby almost died. The wife of the husband that Queenie was trying to get with. And he survived, and he's a year old now. But it was touch and go. So that's obviously one of the worst things that parents could go through, the idea of potentially losing their baby or their child, period. But a baby, And Queen knew that. Queen bitch knew that. She didn't care. That's a typical narc mentality. They don't give a rat's ass who died, who almost died, who got very, very ill, who's hospitalized, who's seconds away from dying. So and so has terminal cancer and they're not going to survive it, and they may have months to live. Um, they don't care about that. They don't care about that. None of that has anything to do with them. The only thing that would bother them about any of that would be if that person is a provider to them. if that person pays their bills or is going to get them a new car or was going to and no longer can. It's all about what can you do for me. Your terminal cancer is irrelevant. I don't really care about your cancer. All I care about is, you know, you said you'd be a co-signer for a car for me Friday. Is that still going to happen? I know you've got this devastating news from your doctor today, but can you still co-sign for the car? What you're going through is irrelevant. And what Queen Bitch was trying to do to the wife is pluck her out of the way. Get out. Get out. Because I want your man. I don't care what your baby's health has done to your marriage. In fact, that works in my favor because your husband is all up my world. So, and you know what's even more insidious? I mean, this is just horrible. And I'm just going to be straight with you. I had tears in my eyes when I was thinking about how sick their baby was. The wife sent me a picture of her. They weren't even allowed to hold the baby. The baby was in an incubator. So you can only put your hands through. You have to wear gloves usually, and you could, or maybe the parents don't have to wear gloves, but other people, if they're going to touch the baby, got to wear gloves, whatever. Depends on the situation. But she showed me a picture of her touching her son through the holes in the incubator. She said, "Send this to your friend." I said, I said my ex-friend. She said, "Send that to her because she needs to realize that I'm a woman, I'm a human being, I'm a wife, I'm a mother." I said, "The only problem with all of that is, and I understand where you're coming from, the only problem is she's a narcissist. So what you went through with your baby doesn't make any difference to her whatsoever. So there's nothing about um, that picture is so touching, but it doesn't touch a cold person. It doesn't touch a narcissist. It does not affect them in a way that it should. They just need to know, okay, you're in a bad situation, blah, 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 whatever. What about me? What about me?" She threw her so-called religion out the window to chase after psychics, like I told you. She wasn't raised on voodoo and reading tarot cards, and she wasn't raised on that. She wasn't raised properly either, but we won't go there. Uh, she that's against her religion, and she even said, "I'm not really tight with God like I should be." But you know what? She didn't care. She didn't care. I don't even know how many psychics she called in order to get a $700 bill. Unless I think she called multiple. She needs somebody to tell her, "You're going to get with this man and you're going to live happily ever after and life's going to be perfect for you." That's what she was hoping for. And I'm going to keep calling psychics until one of them tells me what I want. And with female narcissists in particular, they do want the guy, don't get me wrong. But a bigger joy for them is the ability to take him from his wife. I get to take him from you. I win. I win, you lose. That's their mentality. They don't necessarily love him so much that they can't breathe straight. It's a win. A bigger factor is a win because that feeds their ego. I took him from his wife. They've been married for 15 years, 20 years, and I snatched his ass away from her. Sure did. It's a pride thing. It's an ego thing. It fills their ego to enormous capacity. Now, was she into him? Yeah, she was addicted to him like a drug because she was addicted to how high she felt because he kept feeding her compliments and making her feel irresistible physically. So she was addicted to him. She was addicted. You never, ever, ever, ever want to be so into someone that you're willing to throw everything away. Your future, your friends, family, quit your job. I mean, you just go get all kinds of erratic over this one person. This is dangerous behavior because you're operating off of emotion and not rationale. You're totally illogical and you're spinning in space like a satellite with no direction. That never lands you in good places. Never. Even if you're not a narc. Narc meaning narcissist. You're addicted. That never goes in positive places. That's toxic. Liking somebody a lot, having a crush on somebody. Okay, I get it. But being addicted, no addiction is positive. Whether it's a person, drugs, sex, alcohol, money. Narcs are addicted to money too, by the way. Um, Addictions are deadly, potentially deadly. And you could lose everything behind this addiction. Hey, uh, okay, you could lose everything. Is this individual worth it? I bet they're not. Think about it. I gotta go. I gotta do some errands. But yeah, the fact that their child was dying, he doesn't. Nobody cares about that. Narcs don't care about that. So what? So what? And she was talking about raising his son with him, the husband. You can't even take care of yourself. How the hell are you going to take care of a child with significant medical issues? Really? I think not. It's just diabolical and disgusting. Anyway, you guys take care. Bye bye.